Well, let's the adventure begin. So we decided, Heidi and I, and my cousin and her husband, Darren and Ann, to go for a trip around the Gaspe Peninsula. Sharing a few pictures and videos of the trip. What a scenic sight. We didn't feel pressured, and it was an awesome trip. It was amazing on how we drove around the St. Lawrence, along the water, along amongst these cliffs, and just beautiful, beautiful landscape as we traveled through. It was amazing to come around a turn and find a little village like this. I couldn't understand why a village would be in the middle of nowhere, but then someone told me that it was probably a cod fishing community, but they don't fish any cod anymore. So that was quite interesting. It was pretty hazy most of the week, but it was still an awesome week. We had just a little bit of rain, and we had beautiful sunsets, and we had awesome time sitting around the campfire. The roads were pretty decent that we traveled on, and like again, the sights were awesome. The mountain ranges and the water, we just had a great time. This day we were going to Pierce Rock, and we traveled about an hour from our campground to go see it. And when we got there, you could see the fog rolling in over the rock, and we weren't able to see it when we arrived. You could see the fog there. But when we started to leave, the rock appeared. The rock is in behind us there, and this is where, on the way out, we started to see it. So I thought we'd pull over, and I'd take my drone and fly it out to the rock. So this rock is 85 meters tall and 185 meters long. And we're approximately a kilometer from it, from shore. So I took the drone out and I got it alongside to a point. I was getting quite a bit of turbulence when I got out there. I'm assuming the wind rolling over the rock and the difference in temperature. So I was getting some turbulence. So I was getting a little nervous. Didn't want to lose the drone. But we got it out there and could get a pretty good side shot of the rock. And you can see to the right there's a little community. It's a pretty touristy little community because everybody comes to see the rock. Anyway, we'll get out here and take a good look at it. The water was calm. Apparently the fog has been rolling in the past few weeks. Within a couple hours, you're unable to see the rock, and it's not very far from the community, and it fogs in and you can't see it. So we were pretty fortunate that it dissipated before we got out of town. So it's pretty narrow. I don't know how wide it is, but like I said, it's 85 meters tall and 180 some meters long. So when we get to the side, you can see there's a hole in through the rock, and apparently was a second hole as well, and over time the rocks collapsed. But there is a piece on the back end that you can see that was probably part of that. It's amazing to see the different sites that are around. That's one of the reasons why we like ATVing so much. There's so much stuff that we can see that we wouldn't normally see if we didn't have an ATV. But we're not ATVing today. We're taking a nice little trip and enjoying the sights. That's pretty cool. Pictures do not do it justice. In the back, there's an island. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a bird sanctuary. Apparently, at one time, there were houses on it. But I believe it's just a bird sanctuary now. It almost looks like at low tide you could walk across. It looks like a a sand berm or something there. Whether you can or not, I am not sure. But how did this rock just go out from that parcel of land and just was there? It's pretty amazing. Anyway, there's the community. You see the rock cliffs, sheer rock drop. Maybe it fell off of that piece right there and slid down. Who knows? It's pretty amazing. So we'll fly back towards the community. Again, it's pretty touristy, but it's a pretty cool little place. I'll give you a bit of an eye view of the whole area there. Anyway, we're flying back towards the community. It's not huge. I'm assuming it's mostly tourism in this community. I don't know if there's any business here or not. We are about 45 minutes away from Gaspe, and it's has a little more industry and stuff in there, so maybe they travel there to do work. I'm not sure. We're coming down for a landing and take a portrait of us standing in front of the rock. And again, it's about 1 kilometer out from this spot. Anyway, I'll just finish up with a few pictures that we've taken and sights that we did on this trip. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this time away. We were gone for a week, and it was awesome. If you ever have a chance to get up to an area like that, oh, it's well worth the trip.